Most people just want their internet to work without having to play technician every other Tuesday. That is exactly where this Belkin N600 tries to fit in. It is not trying to be the flashiest piece of hardware on your desk, and honestly, that is kind of refreshing. It has this understated black finish that just disappears into the background, which is exactly what you want from a router. You plug it in, set it up, and ideally, you just forget it exists. What makes this one interesting is the dual-band setup. You get the standard 2.4 GHz band for your basic browsing and smart home gadgets. But then there is the 5 GHz band for when you actually need to stream a movie or get into a gaming session without the lag ruining your night. Having both running at the same time is a nice touch because it keeps the traffic from getting jammed up. Now here is the thing about the performance. It hits those 300 megabit per second speeds on both bands, which is perfectly fine for most households. It is not going to break any speed records if you have a massive fiber connection, but for standard streaming and keeping a few devices connected at once, it holds its own. One feature that actually feels useful, rather than just marketing fluff, is the self-healing tech. It is basically a little bit of software logic that keeps an eye on the connection. If it senses things getting sluggish or a bit buggy, it tries to sort itself out before you even notice there is a problem. It saves you from having to crawl under the desk to pull the power plug every time the connection hiccups. That said, it is not a miracle worker. If you have a massive house with thick walls, you might find the range starts to drop off a bit faster than you would like. It is definitely better suited for apartments or average-sized homes, where the signal does not have to travel through a maze of concrete. Also, while the setup is straightforward, the interface is a bit dated compared to the slick apps we see on newer gear today. It feels like a piece of tech from a few years back, which it is, but it still gets the job done. You can even stream your local media files directly to your TV, which is a handy trick if you have a library of movies sitting on a hard drive somewhere. It is a bit of a niche feature now that everyone just uses streaming services, but for those who still keep their own digital collections, it is a nice little bonus. The build quality is decent enough, though it is quite light, so if you have thick Ethernet cables plugged into the back, it might get pulled around a little bit on your shelf. It is not a high-end powerhouse, but it is a reliable workhorse for someone who just wants a stable connection without overcomplicating things. If you're looking for something that just does the job and stays out of your way, this is a pretty solid pick that won't give you much grief.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.